Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Near Protocol. And if you remember, in the previous video, we were right in here. And the idea was that if we get a move down and in it, we take this important slow, at that point, we need to count overall on a continuation of this move on the downside, because there is basically zero chance that we are having like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure in here for two very important reasons. Number one, we are clearly having overlapping of the waves between our supposedly wave 2 and 4, which means we cannot have an impulse. And sure, you might say, well, okay, maybe this is like a wedge or maybe an expanding leading diagonal, given the fact that our supposedly wave 4 is clearly bigger than wave 2. However, we said even that is not possible because wave 3, when you measure it, is absolutely the smallest wave in here, and that, my friends, is a big no-no in Elliott waves. This was the topic of the previous video, and unfortunately, about 24 hours after we made that update, we got our move down, and in it we took this low, and that caused a continuation of this move on the downside. Now, in your protocol, overall, I still believe this is an ABC zigzag. And now here's a very important point. I don't think I should argue that this is a triangular structure into RP. Like, why is that? Let's go around here. You see, in a triangle, we are having an A, B, C, D, E. And in terms of the subwaves, basically, we must be able to find ABCs in every single wave. And that is kind of the key. And we are going to talk about it in a minute. This is ABC down into D, and this is our final ABC on the upside into RE. Now let's go on the live chart and see, are we able to identify a triangle? So first things first, I still fully believe that from this point to about here, we are having an ABC on the upside. And let's say, okay, fair enough, this can be an ABC down, and this might be yet another ABC on the upside. And I do believe that this is indeed an A running flat into wave B and another move up into RC leg. But here's a problem. You see, so far we are just having the subwaves for an A, B, C, and where is our wave D and E leg? The answer is, unfortunately, we don't have it, and I'm not really sure how, but maybe somehow you are able to identify a triangle structure in here. But I'm gonna say this, the shape of that triangle is going to look so odd to a degree that is going to make us say, you know what, that's probably not going to be anybody's primary scenario. So what is a better count in here? You see, I believe we still have an ABC, and in terms of the subwaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, ABC, WXY, maybe even a triangle into wave B, not really that important, and yet another 5 wave on the downside into RC. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. So we talked about this before. This is definitely a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure now. Followed by that, absolutely, this is still an ABC zigzag, and I believe from this side to about here, we are having 5 wave down into a wave 1. Like we said it before, this is still an ABC on the upside, this time into wave 2, and the current move down is actually quite strong. And you know what is a characteristic of a wave 3? Well, it's being quite a strong and sharp move on the downside. So I'm comfortable to call this move down into our wave 3, and what's going to happen next? Followed by that, we are probably going to get a correction structure into wave 4, and then guess what? Yet another move on the downside into wave 5, and at that point, we may, again, important, we may have the subwaves for an A, B, C zigzag. For now, let's not focus on this overall structure. Let's just focus on what is happening in the short term. And I do think our move down is going to continue. And even if I see something like this, maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even in this scenario, you are going to see me saying that this whole move is still a correction structure to me, indicating our move down is not over, and after maybe some more chopping around, we are going to have yet another move on the downside. Now, question, what can be a likely target for our move? Well, okay, in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances, there is kind of a decent support somewhere around the current area, about like the $2.3 region, and this is kind of why right in here we are getting some sort of a reaction. However, based on the subwaves in here, I'm thinking we may see near protocol in the short term getting a break of this level. And in that scenario, well, okay, you can expect a continuation of this move to about the next important support, which is all the way down here about, let's say, like the higher band of this region, maybe about like the $2 area. So the moment that we get a break of this thing, we can expect yet another 15% move on the downside. And then from here, we want to see a very strong bounce back, a 1 2 3 4 5, without a lot of overlapping of the waves, and that is kind of the key. For now, again, let's not focus on this move on the upside. Let's get something like this consolidation, another move down, and then we will make new updates and see where are we going to go from there. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in your protocol. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.